Quontic Bank was founded in 2009. We were a thrift charter that was purchased by our two founders. It started as a very small community bank in New York. And around 2019, our founders decided they really wanted to focus on becoming a digital bank. They were interested in cutting edge technology. And so our strategy really pivoted around that time. And so we really focused on revamping our digital platforms to ensure that we were set up for success as we wanted to grow. We've been on MANTL for about 5 years. We were able to grow over $150 million in deposits strictly using the MANTL platform. That number could be a lot higher if we were at such a small bank, and there's things like liquidity ratios and things we have to stick to. But we've seen insane growth using the MANTL platform and have really been able to, operate in this space really effectively. And so as part of that sort of structural shift, we also look to upgrade our online banking platform, and we selected Alkami and went live in November of 2023. And so obviously this was before Alkami and MANTL announced this merger. And it's important to us that our customers had a seamless experience, because from the customer perspective, they don't care if our account opening system is MANTL and our online banking system is Alkami. From their perspective, they're interacting with Quontic Bank. And so we really spent a lot of time with the MANTL and Alkami teams to make sure that once someone applied for an account, they had a quick and easy way to get enrolled in online banking. And then subsequently from within online banking, if they wanted to open an additional account, that they had the ability to click into that account opening experience back over in MANTL, and that MANTL remembered who that customer was and pre-filled their information. And so I just sort of wanted to explain that that is our current state. For right now, we are able to, present this great experience to our customers. We see great adoption rates with enrolling in online banking now. Before, we did see a big sort of drop off and a lot of trouble with people remembering, like, what was my account number so that I can get enrolled. We've been able to make that a lot smoother. We're really excited at Quontic for this partnership. We see it as, a pivotal step to kind of getting to where we want to be with our partnership with both MANTL and Alkami. We've had to do some data magic in the background, just with it, because the two platforms existed separately up until now. However, I know a lot of banks and credit unions deal with, you get all this information from the account opening system. So we know all of this about an application, but then I get into online banking and it's almost like these are two separate people. And with MANTL's data, we've been able to capture all of this information of where they came from. We're able to do marketing campaigns where we're only paying on open and funded because we have that information by pulling in our core. And so what we see with this partnership is with MANTL and Alkami, now I don't have to go to core to grab the information to understand if a customer is still active and open, and if their account balance has grown, and if they've opened additional products. I can look at Alkami and sort of merge that data and understand where my marketing efforts are most effective. Being a digital only bank, we use MANTL's in-branch functionality fairly frequently, actually. We were really happy when they rolled that out, just because we can't ask someone to come into a branch. So for us to be able to hop on the phone with a customer or an applicant and walk them through what they're doing, help them add something post account opening. MANTL has a lot of core integrations. If we needed to order them a debit card later, add a beneficiary, things like that. If they were confused, we'd be able to, in the back end, help them and hand off that application back and forth with a really smooth process. We also leverage Glia. So that's a great integration that we have with both MANTL and Alkami, so that, we can meet that applicant or customer where they are, whether it be screen sharing from their computer or a phone call. We can assist without having to see them in person. You think of in-branch functionality as physically in the branch, it's actually very helpful over the phone too, and remotely. And make it easier on the back office too, right? Like, the less systems that they're logging into, the better. So when they can, do a lot of their work from one tool instead of going to core and going to online banking, going to online account opening to assist a customer, then it's a win-win for us. when the sales guys tell me that I can open accounts in 5 minutes or less, I'm always thinking, are you sure? But it actually is true at Quontic. I think we hover around 3.5 minutes to open an account, which is, obviously a fantastic stat. We do automate most of our account opening as well. And so we were able to do an automatic approve or decline. Strategically, we chose to go that route without having to have an entire team doing manual reviews. Some institutions don't go that direction, but it's worked really well for us. The back office is slim in terms of the amount of work that needs to be done. We're able to really, effectively open these accounts and have a really great approval rate without having to intervene too often, which allows us to really focus on the more important things. It's really, like I said in the beginning, it's been a pivotal partnership for us. We lean on it heavily. We lean on both MANTL and Alkami heavily. I always say that if I have a ticket or something open with either of these vendors, I don't have another option. I can't tell my customer to go to the branch if something's not working. So it's really important to us that we maintain a high caliber of digital products. And, we've seen just really great results. As you can imagine, when Alkami announced the acquisition of MANTL, we were thrilled just because I think we all play vendor gymnastics as a banker, and it's nice to not have as many to manage, and to have two of my main vendors on the same page is great news for us.